Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. It is Monday night, 9 o'clock here, March the 2nd. Time for the 14 First Alert Weather Show at 9. As always, if you have questions or comments, you can put them on the 14 News Facebook page, and we'll check those out about halfway through the program tonight. Wow, what a start to March here. It's going to be really wet and kind of overcast, gloomy here, certainly as it was today. That's exactly what we're looking at now on our weather camera as we look south here from the TV station. The checklist here for things we're watching include cloudy skies, of course, overnight with more scattered showers moving in early tomorrow morning. And then beyond that, we have warmer temperature, much warmer, like close to 70 tomorrow and for the remainder of the week, and daily chances for rain. Now, with the warmer temperatures, we have a chance for a few thunderstorms, and we may even tie or get very close to or break some records this week. Round number one, at least for Tuesday, of the rain starts early tomorrow morning, around 4 a.m. or so, and will move west to east across the region. Byron Douglas should be tracking that on 14 News Sunrise starting at 4:30, so you can see how it will affect your morning commute, getting out to school and the like. Maybe a little clearing there briefly, but then we cloud back over with more rain moving in tomorrow night. And then Wednesday rolls around. That's really our first impulse or stronger energy coming across in the atmosphere. And that could trigger a few thunderstorms in the morning into the afternoon before we again kind of simmer down during the evening and then pick it up again on Thursday morning and afternoon, and likely Friday as well. Rainfall for this first few days here, this will go all the way up through Thursday, coming up at around an inch of rain, maybe a little more if we have some thunderstorms thrown in there. But that's a significant rain event, and it's only half of what we're expecting. Generally around 2 to 3 inches of rainfall expected across the tri-state. Wouldn't surprise me to see that at all. Our temperature tomorrow, a big turnabout from today as we get up into the mid 60s, even upper 60s. Wednesday will be the day to watch for some stronger thunderstorms. Now, right now, there's not a signal for an outbreak or, tornadoes or anything like that. It's probably going to be more of a hail wind type situation with some stronger thunderstorms capable of producing maybe severe hail or damaging wind gusts. The storm risk right now from the Storm Prediction Center is at a level 1 or a marginal risk for a few isolated strong to severe storms. Look at these temperatures over the next 7 days. Our normal high this time of the year, by the way, is 52. Even our lows will be above that level, and highs could range as much as 15 degrees or more above normal, both for the highs and the lows. Notice too, we have rain chances every single day going through the remainder of the week. Out there now we have 39. That's about as cool as, I guess we were down to 35 this morning, but our temperature has been pretty steady here with the cloud cover and occasional rain at 39. We will actually see that temperature creep up a bit. Already we're at 44 in Greenville. And what's happening here is as our winds gradually back around to the south, that's going to take our temperature up a little bit overnight. So today's high of 40 may actually be surpassed before midnight if we can tack on a few degrees. I don't think we will, but overnight we will start to see the temperature rise. We picked up 43/100ths of an inch of rain at Evansville Regional today, which gets us in good shape here for the month and for the year. Well, actually for the year we're still behind by about 3 inches, but we could make up a good chunk of that this week as more rain moves in. I've been mentioning this quite a bit, that we're really in the midst of a dry, almost a drought here within a wet year. Starting in November and all the way up through February, we were lacking in rainfall each month, some by a lot, like December and this past February. In fact, February 2026 was the 5th driest on record. We only had 62/100ths of an inch of rain, and for comparison, the most recent time that we had such a dry February was in 2004. The drought monitor will be updated this Thursday, but if you've missed it, much of the tri-state now classified in some drought category, either abnormally dry, moderate, or even severe drought across southern Illinois from the lack of rainfall. Like I said, we should remedy some of that this week as we bring some rain in. in several days, several installments. So that's good. The farmers, everybody wants it to come over many days so that it soaks in and we don't just have a lot of flooding and runoff. In fact, we're really not looking at a flooding risk at all this week, even with the rain and the amounts that we've been seeing in the models. A warm front will set up here across western Kentucky, and that'll kind of be your focusing mechanism or boundary where the showers will ride along and just to the north of that. Now, just like a snowstorm, if this warm front lifts a little farther north, it could squelch off the rain here in the tri-state, and conversely, if it sags a little farther south, that could bring the heavier rain to bear over more of the tri-state. By Wednesday, Thursday, as this low pressure kind of gets oriented up around St. Louis, we would have the better chance maybe of a few thunderstorms in there too. And then we keep the rain coming through Thursday, Friday, another round, and possibly Saturday before we begin to dry out a little bit Sunday, Monday, and Monday night. Tuesday, again, we're looking way out here on the GFS, advertising even more rain next week. Totals have come down from the morning, this is the afternoon GFS, or 18Z. It came down at noon, and then the next one will come here at, usually it's in by 10 o'clock this time of the year. At any rate, it has kind of pulled back on the amounts there in the afternoon run. The European model also keeping us wet through Saturday, and then that drying trend Sunday, Monday, and maybe a little rain on Tuesday. The European, a little bit wetter, not much. It's still in line with what the GFS was showing, around another inch or two beyond what we expect to pick up here in the next couple of days. Down to 40 degrees tonight and up to 67 tomorrow. The 7-day forecast is warm and wet and maybe stormy here in the middle of the week on Wednesday and Thursday. We've not put any alert days on the board yet. The outlook for Wednesday really doesn't seem to justify widespread severe weather. So that's a good thing. Last week, some of the models were kind of pointing at maybe some severe weather here midweek, but that doesn't appear to be the case today. Now, tomorrow we get a whole set of data and have to change that, but at least the going trend right now is not for widespread severe weather on Wednesday or Thursday, but much wetter than normal through the 16th of the month. And our pet pick tonight. We don't get a lot of pig pictures around here, so it's always good when one comes in. This is Gilbert, by the way. I forgot to put Gilbert's name up there. Beth Burke's pig, and she reminds everybody that March 1st, yesterday, was National Pig Day. Well, there you go. Now, see, you wouldn't have known that had you not been watching the 14 First Alert Weather Show at 9 o'clock. So we are always full of good, practical information here. All right, let's see what questions you have here, or comments, or both. And we'll start here with Zach Seitz. He's in. Good evening, Zach. Jeff Miller had 5,500ths out in Saval. We appreciate your report there, Jeff. Suzanne Daly says, good evening. Faye Ruprecht's on tonight. Well, good evening. William Raleigh had 4,600ths by Bossy Field over here. Okay, William. And I saw your dog pictures, too, of Tesla. We'll get those on this week. Cheyenne Hammond says, good evening. Carolyn Cox, good evening. Carolyn Lovelace, can't wait for warmer temperatures in Hobstadt. Thanks for keeping us in the loop every day. Well, that's what we do here. Glad to have you in our loop. Not going to be anything severe, right? Says Tori Talbert. It's not looking like it. Maybe a few strong thunderstorms on Wednesday. And Angie Wampler asking the same question, will those really warm temperatures set us up for severe weather? That's a valid question, right? Because this time of the year, especially if we get near record or very warm temperatures and you got a warm front in the area, you do think about the potential for thunderstorms and maybe severe weather. Right now, it just doesn't look like we have the right elements other than warm temperatures going in the atmosphere. So my gut is telling me we're going to get through with just rain this week. All right. It is Monday, so we're going to start a new tradition here on the First Alert Weather Show at 9, and we'll look at my inside look piece for the day. This one actually got a lot of comments over on Facebook, and we're going to take you out to Stephen Libb's Finer Chocolates It was a lot of fun to do this story, so we'll let you take a watch and a listen. I'm Jeff Lyons, out and about today with Tom Libbs at Stephen Libbs Finer Chocolates. How you doing this morning?
Doing well, doing well.
You get up with the chickens, don't you?
Yeah.
Candy business makes you get out of bed early. What are we making this morning?
We're going to go ahead and cook a turtle this morning, show you guys how we do that. It'll be from start to finish. So we've got our copper kettle here. We use copper. It gives it more of a caramelization flavor to the candy. So he's adding in the heavy cream right now. We're going to do heavy cream, sugar, corn syrup, a couple other ingredients, and then it has about an hour-long cook time on this caramel. And this batch is going to make about 80 pounds of finished caramel once we're done. So in 1950, my grandpa started Libbs Candy on Main Street. That was 75 years ago. So my family's been in the candy business for 75 years now. As a little kid, I grew up running around in the building, and as I got older, I started helping my dad, and it's just what I know how to do, so I just keep doing it. Well, we have over 100 different products. Our main product is our old-fashioned turtles. That's our #1 bestseller.
These are all the turtles, like 5 ounce, 8 ounce, and the pound. These are assorted turtles, the white chocolate, dark chocolate. Valentine's our busiest day, Christmas is our busiest season.
So our caramel is starting to boil, it's starting to darken up a little bit in color, and we'll continue to cook it until it's final cook time.
I want them to open the box and go, oh, I want to eat that. That looks so pretty.
This is our packing area. We're packing up boxes. This is Brenda. She's worked here since I was a little kid. This is just a duplicate packing station as we had over there, and we just have 2 sets of the same candy where they pack different assorted chocolates and different various products. That way they're all here so we can grab whatever we need for the different various boxes.
It's a variety and it makes people happy, and it's the best gift. People usually don't say it doesn't fit or it's the wrong color.
It's looking like it's ready. We're gonna take it off the fire mixer and we're gonna dump it in an extruder, and then we'll run these trays of pecans under that caramel extruder, and it'll put little dollops of caramel on there, and then they'll cool, and then we'll take it out and dip it on our dipping machine.
Right now, I'm just putting them on the belt. I usually do 6 across, sometimes 5, depending on the size of them. And then they'll go underneath the chocolate, and then we'll put a design on top with the chain. And they'll cool when they're going through the funnel.
You ever think about who's going to enjoy this candy on the other side?
I do. And they're going to be happy, I know that.
Once we have this batch all the way run through and dipped, it makes about 325 pounds. It'll take us about 6 hours to run this through this machine and dip it all.
Can we sample one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We'll be happy to hand you one here. Fresh off the end.
A Stephen Libbs Finer Chocolates turtle. Oh, just like I remember, too. All right. Tom, thanks so much for taking us through the chocolatier business today and the candy as well.
Yeah, we were happy to have you. Thanks for coming in.
Yep. With Tom Libbs, I'm Jeff Lyons, out and about. There I am. Well, I've just been prattling on here without any audio. I should have read my comments. Anyway, thanks to Tom Libbs out at Stephen Libbs Finer Chocolates for allowing me to come in. I just mentioned before, it was kind of like a chemistry experiment. You know, this is normally Science Corner, the making of caramel. Really some tight specifications on your heat and your time. There were many ingredients that went in that I didn't show you. You know, I mean, they've got to have their secrets too. But wow, what a well-run operation out there. Everybody, you know, there was no downtime. It was one thing after another. And as I mentioned before, I thought, well, I'll go on Valentine's Day. They'll be busy. And they said, don't do that. So I respect that and went out on a quieter time, but it was still pretty busy out there too. So thanks again to Tom Libbs and Stephen Libbs Finer Chocolates for having me out for Out and About. And I'm working on another good one this week. You'll see it on Monday. All right, that's all I have for you tonight here on the 14 First Alert Weather Show at 9. I will see you over on 14 News at 10 o'clock. Stay safe. Have a good night.